Hi everyone, my name is Nikki. I'm the General Manager at Chewy's Bonetique in Denver, and I wanted to talk to you a little bit about some springtime challenges that we might be facing soon. So allergies are going to be hitting us pretty quick, and I do believe this is going to be a really bad year for fleas, ticks, and mosquitoes because we've had such a mild winter. So a common question we get is, what are the signs of allergies? There's difference between environmental allergies and food allergies. This video is going to focus more on environmental allergies. So you might see some similar symptoms to what you might have: itchy nose, itchy eyes, runny eyes, sneezing. You might get all over body itches, as well as an increase of ear infections. These are all things that could signify that you have environmental allergies. And every year they seem to get worse. So it is important that we kind of get on top of it. And when we're trying to use a more natural product, it does take a little bit longer to take effect. So if your dog has had seasonal allergies in the past, now is the time that we should be looking to get them on a more holistic product to help alleviate their symptoms this year. If you're not sure if your dog has food allergies or environmental allergies, we can help you with that. Food allergies are a lot easier to narrow down with an elimination diet. And so if that's something that you are interested in or you're having problems with, please come in and see us. We do it quite often and are really comfortable in helping you work through that. So we do have some natural alternatives to help reduce the histamine response in your dogs. Like antihistamines that we take, that's what they do. They stop the histamine response, so we have less inflammation and less itch. So one of the products that we carry in store is called Allergy. It's by Clover. Clover is a company out of Boulder, Colorado. We've carried their products for a really, really long time with lots and lots of success. So the active ingredients, some of the active ingredients in here include quercetin, which is well documented to help reduce histamine response. There's also going to be turmeric and manganine, which I probably mispronounced that, but those are both anti-inflammatories that help, again, reduce inflammation. That is a powder that you would sprinkle on their food. Another product that we carry is this one. It's from Animal Essentials. It's called Seasonal Allergy. The active ingredients in this one is going to be licorice root, nettle leaf, burdock root, and eyebright herb. So all four of these work together to help reduce histamine response. With natural products, you're not going to get results in a day or two. It takes some time to get in there and start working. And what might work for one dog might not work for the other, which is why we carry a couple of products. With the seasonal allergy, it is a powder. It also comes in a tincture. So if that's easier for your dog, that is another option. Again, we have these products. We'd love to talk to you about whether your dog is having food allergies or environmental allergies, and we can help you try to figure out which one of those that is, and then resolve it. If you're one of the many people who are using medications like Cytopoint, Atopica, or Apoquel, I get it. I understand. We want our dogs to feel better, but I do want to issue a little bit of caution on using those medications. They're not fixing the underlying problem. What they do is they actually turn off part of the immune system so that the body doesn't know that there's an itch to scratch. And while that solves the symptom, it doesn't solve the problem. It's kind of like if your check engine light comes on in your car and you pull the fuse, the light goes off, but the problem hasn't been fixed. Additionally, with many of these medications, we get a rebound effect or a boomerang effect, meaning when you stop these medications, the problem comes back and it's even worse than it was before because the body is still in a heightened state of inflammation and it hasn't been able to itch, but the inflammation is still there. A couple of other warnings from the manufacturer that you should be aware of. Any dog with cancer or a history of cancer or a serious infection is not supposed to use these medications. Additionally, any dogs under the age of 12 months are not supposed to be put on this medication. I get it. If your dog is miserable, we can use these medications as a temporary alleviation of the symptoms, but let's make sure that we have a plan to try and prevent this vicious cycle to continue. So we can use either a food elimination diet if we think it's food. We can look at some different natural products that I've talked about to help reduce the histamine response within the body so that when we do come off of these medications, we have already been addressing the root cause of the problem and hopefully won't get that boomerang effect and see a lot more comfort in your pet. The other thing I wanted to talk to you about is flea and ticks. I do think this year in the Denver metro area, we're going to have a lot more problems with pesky little bugs because we've had such a mild winter. But before you go to the shot, the pill, or the drops that you put on their skin, I want you to know there are better, safer options out there. Most conventional flea and tick medication include a neurotoxin. The way it works is it attacks the bug's central nervous system, which causes death. It's not something that I would give myself, and I don't think we would give it to our kids either. There are better and safer options. So we carry a product called Wondercide. It is 100% essential oils and completely safe for dogs, cats, and even people and kids. So we have it in a few different formats. So this is a spray that you could spray on your dog when you go outside or when you're camping or something like that. There's also a flea and tick collar. And then they do make a spot treatment. So it comes in little vials that you would put in between your dog's shoulder blades. So this product has been third-party tested to prove that it is effective in repelling fleas, ticks, and mosquitoes and potentially killing them depending on which product you're using. They also make a product that you can apply to your yard to help kill fleas and ticks and bugs in your yard so that you have a safer place when you are letting your dog out to play. Either way, I want you to know that we are not judging whatever choice that you make to protect your dog from fleas, ticks, or allergies. We just want you to know that there are options out there that your vet might not be aware of. Things that are a little bit more natural or a little bit more holistic in methods. I hope you come and see us, and if you have any questions about these products, please feel free to ask, and we'll do everything we can to help you have a safe and happy summer.